Imagine standing in front of 100 people. Your palms are sweating. Your heart is racing. Your brain suddenly forgets every word you've ever learned. And for some reason, you're now manually breathing. Public speaking has a strange effect on people. It can turn a perfectly functional adult into someone who forgets their own name, which is unfortunate, because most people will eventually need to speak in front of others. At school, at work, at a wedding, or during one of those video calls where someone says, "Why don't you introduce yourself?" And suddenly death seems like a reasonable alternative. Most people think public speaking is difficult because speaking is difficult. It's not. You've been speaking your entire life. You're probably doing it right now inside your head. The difficult part isn't speaking. It's being watched. Humans care a lot about what other humans think. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by your tribe was a serious problem. Today, your brain often reacts to a classroom presentation as if you're about to be abandoned in the wilderness, which is slightly dramatic. But brains don't always update their software. Here's something most nervous speakers don't realize. The audience wants you to succeed. Think about the last presentation you watched. Were you secretly hoping the speaker would fail? Probably not. You were probably thinking about lunch, or your phone, or whether you locked your front door. The audience is much less focused on you than you think. Psychologists call this the spotlight effect. We tend to believe everyone notices our mistakes. In reality, most people barely notice them. Let's say you accidentally stumble over a word. Your brain reacts like this. Everyone saw that. They know I'm nervous. My career is over. Meanwhile, the audience is thinking, "Oh," and then immediately returns to thinking about lunch. One of the biggest myths about public speaking is that confident speakers aren't nervous. Many of them are. The difference is that they speak anyway. Confidence doesn't usually come before action. Action creates confidence. A person who has spoken publicly 100 times isn't calm because they're special. They're calm because they've survived the experience 100 times. Imagine someone who wants to learn swimming, but refuses to enter water until they become confident. That sounds ridiculous. Yet people do the public speaking version of this all the time. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until they feel confident. They wait until they feel fearless. And then they wait some more. Unfortunately, confidence is usually earned afterward, not beforehand. Now here's some practical advice. When speaking publicly, stop trying to eliminate nervousness. Use it. That racing heart, extra energy, those sweaty palms. Nobody can see them. That adrenaline. It's literally preparing your body to perform. The goal isn't becoming fearless. The goal is functioning while nervous. Another mistake people make is trying to sound smart. They use complicated words, long sentences, corporate vocabulary, and phrases like, "Let's leverage synergistic opportunities moving forward," which sounds impressive, until someone asks what it means. The best speakers are usually the clearest speakers, not the smartest sounding ones. If a 12-year-old can understand you, you're probably doing something right. A useful trick is to imagine you're explaining something to a friend. Not performing, not impressing, explaining. People naturally become more relaxed when they stop trying to look intelligent and start trying to be helpful. Helpfulness is easier than perfection. And speaking of perfection, stop chasing it. Nobody gives perfect presentations. Nobody. Even experienced speakers forget things, lose their place, mispronounce words, click the wrong slide, or discover their microphone wasn't working for the first 30 seconds. The audience usually forgives mistakes. Sometimes they don't even notice them. If you want to improve quickly, record yourself speaking. I know, nobody enjoys this. The first time you watch yourself speak, you'll discover things you never wanted to know. But improvement requires feedback. Athletes watch game footage. Musicians listen to recordings. Speakers should do the same. If you'd like to learn more about communication, here are a few excellent resources. Books, Talk Like TED by Carmine Gallo. A great breakdown of what makes memorable speakers memorable. Books, The Quick and Easy Way to Effective Speaking by Dale Carnegie. One of the most practical books ever written on speaking confidently. Books, Steal the Show by Michael Port. Excellent for presentations, interviews, and public appearances. And for free resources, watch TED Talks. Not just for the ideas. Watch how the speakers pause, move, tell stories, and keep attention. Here's the reality. Public speaking isn't a talent. It's a skill. And skills improve through repetition. Not wishing, not worrying, not overthinking. Repetition. The first speech will feel uncomfortable. The fifth will feel manageable. The 20th will feel normal. And eventually you'll realize something surprising. The thing you feared most was never the audience. It was your imagination. Because most audiences aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for value. So speak. Even if your voice shakes. Even if you're nervous. Even if you don't feel ready. Because the fastest way to become comfortable speaking in public is to spend less time thinking about speaking and more time speaking.